come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Los Angeles Chargers. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself and
it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll get this out wide to Eckler. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Folk's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Breida, he'll try the right side. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And his throw is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in to get some points.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Second quarter from Vegas. The home-standing Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Matt Breida with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On 2nd down, Eckler. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play fake. Mariota. He's going to air one out. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. These 2 teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They go play action. Mariota. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Shreds him with his stiff arm. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now a give to Breida. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw here, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Tanner Muse in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Going deep here for Allen. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, so another... interception, CD, it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. So that now back-to-back drive, CD, that have ended with an interception.
Now, I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Herbert now. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They'll get 34 yards there. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Try to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Ehlinger. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Ehlinger. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Ehlinger to throw on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is
launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And all the way inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw is Ehlinger. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. On 1st and goal, Drake. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll hand it to Drake here on the option. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Ehlinger. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the 2nd half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
2nd and 9. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got the hook up to Miller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's quite a spot there for his 1st carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert, he's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, L.A. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And the Chargers first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
So the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 18. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mariota on 1st down. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And some room to roam now. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Play action now, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 25. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The Charger drive about to get going. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And incomplete on a deep ball.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punter long here as he sends this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 2 at their own 12-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's 2nd and 10. Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Mariota. He'll let this go deep for runs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st down, Los Angeles.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Eckler. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. First target, first catch, and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And a short gain down to about the 33. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Herbert. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
That's a jet sweep. Here comes Miller. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare. But in this case, they'll definitely take it.
And Folk's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Now Mariota. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but